Okay. Good morning, everyone. I take this chance to welcome you to our show, which we have waited so much. I had planned this 3 weeks ago, and I say that we have something to talk to the Form 4 students who have just finished their exams. Remember, these students, they have a lot of time before they join campus or colleges in various parts of the country and even outside the country. So with me today is a team. These are scholars. They have a lot to say about the Form 4 students who just finished their exams, and they are waiting for the results. Naambianga watu results unangojea isikupee stress sana. Just hope that all is going to be well. So my name is Ambassador, and I'm live at Ambassador Speaks YouTube channel, which I'm invited anybody beyond Form 4, even your parents can still join. You can share with anyone you know who wants to benefit from our channel. So this time is an introduction time. I would like to invite my another host. Today we have two hosts actually, and we are live in 3 channels. The first channel is Ambassador Speaks. The second channel is the one that is going to say and talk about, and the other one is the channel of Kcse Media. So now allow me this time to invite Mr. Kakatumta. Karibu.
Thank you, Ambassador Foundation. I'm Boniface. From YouTube, you can call me Shifting Grades Online School. So that is where we do a lot of work, but today we are here to help the students, actually former students of high school, the Form 4s who left. We are helping them to settle after school. We're also helping them to catch up with life after school. So I hope you shall cooperate. We are humbled to have our guests today. They are going to introduce themselves, and I hope all shall be well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I invite Mr. Kariuki.
All right, thank you so much, Ambassador, for your invitation to this show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are watching us from. My name is Mr. Kariuki. I'm a teacher, I'm a counselor, I'm a coach, I'm a Christian, I'm a father, I'm a husband of one. Thank you so much and welcome.
Thank you so much for that very good introduction. Umerealize kuna kitu umesahau?
Yeah, now time.
I invite Madam.
All right, thank you so much, Ambassador and Shifting Grades, for this invitation. Good morning, and I hope you're well wherever you are. My name is Teresa. I teach and I sing. As a coach as well, I'm a coach as well. So that's that. Now, yeah.
You teach and you sing. So after this, you will we will give you 2 minutes. You sing for us to scare fenye utaiba. So now, after we did exams, there was a time we were so afraid, tutapata grade gani, itakuwa aje, will I really make to university? Mtu anakumbuka ile biology nilifanya aje? Hata ni kama kuna answers nilipeana vibaya. Hata ile history nilijibu vizuri kweli. And they're so worried. Unapata mtu anaanza kukonda pure pure.
Yeah.
What are you telling such people?
Okay, I know there is that anxiety, the fear of the unknown. Kcse is not a matter of life and death. There is usually life after everything, and we have to move on. So feel safe, feel encouraged that you are going to pass. And in case of anything that you don't pass, there are still other options. Actually, we might not all of us enter the universities. That is the mere fact. We might not enter the universities, all of us, but at least the world out here is having everything, and it might not give us all that we expect, but there is something for everybody, regardless of what you score. So no matter where neck will place you, please appreciate yourself and know that it shall be well in life.
Is it neck that places them, or it's them that gets there?
Neck awards them.
The neck awards them.
The grades,
Okay. Now I would like to hear from the coach himself. You kitu inasumbuanga watu. In fact, that I was talking to some of them, anasema wewe sijui itakuaje, sijui tutapata nini. Anyway, like you have said, let's hear from Kariuki.
All right, thank you so much. Let me start by taking this opportunity to appreciate the Form 4s for making it through the basic level of education. That is already an achievement in life. You have been in school for around 14 years, I think so, yeah. If you were to count all the years that you have been in school from kindergarten up to Form 4, they are around 14 years, so you have already made an achievement, and I think that is something that you should be thanked for. So congratulations, so far it already shows that you can make some big milestones in life if you have already made it so far. So what I want to say, just to support what my brother here has said, that life is not only determined by exams. There are so many determinants of success in this life. We have seen people who have actually never gone to school, or probably they just received basic level of education, but with determination, with discipline, with effort, they have been able to do great things in life. So I want to encourage you that much as you wait for these results that are going to come maybe in a month's time, put your trust in God that all things are going to go well, you are going to make it, despite the kind of result that you are going to receive. We know that Kenya's education system is so much based on education, or rather it is so much academic oriented, but there are still other aspects of life that do not necessarily determine or are not dependent on education. So just put your trust in God and know that all is going to be well. Thank you.
Wow. That is the voice of a coach, and you can feel it. I also invite the other coach.
Okay, thank you so much. So
yes.
I know the coaches have spoken, and I'll just word on that. Well, I want to give a story. I think I love stories, maybe. Mr. Kid. I want to give a story.
Yes.
So there is this person in China, and it said that there's a company which was farming or was doing something in their land, and was farming their land. The person was poor, so he didn't have any much money or hadn't had an education to be able to pursue a case against the company. So what he did, he went to the library, the local library. He studied for law, I believe for about 30 years. You can Google it, I think it's there. For 30 years. What he was doing now, because he don't have money, he was paying the librarian with some farm produce he was doing. So for 30 years, he takes the books, he reads, he writes notes, because he could not borrow the books. So he goes to the library, he copies, he gets everything about the law. And after I believe 30 or 36 years, he was able to sue the company, and he won the case on behalf of his people. That's what he's talking about. You don't have to have that education. But, however, I want to also congratulate the ones who've done, and they've done their best, they've given their best, and they've passed the exams. But something else I've realized that when you get an A, you somehow feel like life owes you or owes us. So you relax. You think things are going to come on a silver platter. And there is a book which says, why is it the C student, the A student works for the C student? There's a book that goes like that. So please, when you get a good grade, don't relax. In fact, you're supposed to start afresh. I know maybe parents can give that or can attest to that, or other people can attest to that. If you don't have someone who's pushing you to it, you might just relax, feeling that I'm bright, and so things must have to happen for me. It doesn't have to happen that way. So please send yourself, jitume. We still relax. It's not the point to relax now. It's not the point to relax. You passed. Well done. Congratulations. You've done your best. I'm so proud of you. Of course, you had girls and had the students. Thank you so much. But that's not the end of life. It's about how you're going to send yourself from here, by the way. How you're going to send yourself. So please work and put your best foot forward in all this. And after everything else, it's about you and what you want. Go for it. That's it.
Thank you so much. I know the other day when we were with you in the show, you gave several stories.
Yes.
Najua bado uko na stories kama 5 ya kwanza. Aya. There is a meme, similar meme, that was going viral the other day, and most memes say the truth. After the Bible, the other thing that says the truth is the meme. Now, there is a Form 4 who was writing a message to the Kcse akimwambia, now that I'm done with the Form 4. Kwanza alimsalimia na sasa XX sasa. Akamwambia, si unajua nimemada juu, so nitafutie kazi ya kufanya before join campus, na hiyo kazi is less than 45k. So people were making fun of that Form 4 student. actually ni mtu ako na maono, lakini the reality outside here is different from what they're expecting. Form 4s have their own expectations. Some of them want to get employed. Some of them wants to do something great. But again, they come here and they feel like they were not ready for this world. So mtu kama huyu mwenye I don't know whether it was true or it's a lie, but there must be somebody with such expectation that mimi nimemaliza form 4, tapata kazi kwa kampuni, ndalipwa pesa mzuri. Which all of us, the 4 of us, we know the reality.
Yeah, sure.
Can we tell them? You start.
I think we can tell them the harsh truth.
The harsh truth.
blunt truth, yeah. You know, when coach was saying that they have been to school for
14 years.
About 14 years.
yeah, approximately 14 by now. I just remembered that those who will pursue education, they are going to remain in school for the next 6 years. They'll be in school like the good part of their life. Just to be school people. But anyway, that is life. So you people are going to learn a lot from this life. Basanda, thank you for that question. I think it's good, ladies and gentlemen, we learn how to balance realities and expectations.
Yes.
Because life out here might not be as you expected. You know, maybe you are ambushing a cousin somewhere or an uncle somewhere, a hand somewhere to fix you somewhere. And maybe they are already at masses themselves. The people you expect to favor you are already living under masses in whatever capacities they are serving. So those people might not offer the chance as you expect. Actually, some might end up even hating a certain angle, saying, oh, my uncle works in and he doesn't give me opportunities.
Yes.
The uncle might not have a problem.
It's true.
Maybe the uncle is doing his best, but things are not going through, or what he can do is just for himself. So let's know that sometimes opportunities will be there, but they take time. So the Form 4s, let's build capacity fast, because the world has opportunities, yes, but you will not be absorbed to everything just because you finished Form 4. There are people out there who have already taken time without the jobs, but the point is that you can already do something as you wait to pursue maybe more qualifications through degrees or any other course that you take. But for now, please expect very little. I just want to limit you on that, because you might need a job now.
Yes.
But how qualified are you for that job? You just have history notes.
Yes.
You can't become a lawyer. You have geography notes. You can't become a meteorologist.
Yes.
You have physics notes. You can't become an engineer. You need a degree. You need a PhD. You need masters. You need a lot. You need some experience out here. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's accept that everything might not align with expectations. I know there are some people who are even wishing that immediately after Form 4, they go out there and they make it within less than a month, and they go for results just to terrorize the math teacher. They go even
with a car, a hurry.
and a wife. You think that by the time you'll be going for results, you will have a ready wife, you will have a good car. For the math teacher to know that you made it, it might not be very possible. So let's agree with the fact that things take time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, before we go to the okay, we want to go direct. We talk to the Form 4s. What are some of the things they need to be doing as they are waiting for the results and to go to campus and colleges? For those who will join colleges, some of them will join as early as January. Actually, that is the real. But to those who will go to university, they have to wait until the time determined by the government, the Ministry of Education. There are some guys here who are saying, let me start with Atsaji. Antanga Atsaji, Atsaji. And so nice to see you guys, Mr. Kariuki, Tere, Mudama, and Kip. We are also happy that you are following us, Atsaji. It's been long.
Thank you.
Nafanya ile kitu nilikwambia. At the same time, we are happy that you are following us every time. Amelifa a comment amesema, the Form 4 leavers to be told our Kenyan market is flooded. They should consider studying abroad. In the meantime, they relax as they enroll for important short courses driving, computer, nursing, etc, etc. Now that's where we are heading. Yeah, ameanzia hapo. So I would like us to start and just, they are still waiting for the results. Some of them actually cannot do anything until they see the results. They, after driving school, they cannot, in fact, they cannot do anything. They're just sleeping, waking up, stressing, But the good thing about our government nowadays, Ministry of the Education, is that the results will be out in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
During our time, tulipatanga results after 3 months.
Several months.
Yeah, because
the end of February.
The end of February, tulipatanga results. But for them, they will take their Christmas wakiwa, they know their fate. Now, let's talk about whether they have received results or not. What are some of the activities they need to engage themselves and to keep themselves busy? You remember the statement that idle mind is a devil's workshop. So I'm going to start with Mr. Kariuki to take us through, have your several minutes. Then from there, we'll be back to Madam Teresa.
Okay. The Form 4s are in a period of transition. And transitions have always been very delicate moments and seasons. Very delicate, actually. Not just this kind of transition that they are in right now, but generally, all forms of transitions, they are very delicate moments. I remember early this year, if you can remember, there is this Kenyan man who tried to scale the Himalayas mountains, and he died in the mountains. What he was trying to do is to transition from a region of low altitude to a region of high altitude within a very short time.
Yeah.
And consequently, because the body could not be in a position to accommodate that, he ended up dying in the mountains.
Yes.
I can give so many examples of transition. So that is an example of transition. Again, a transition maybe from childbirth to when a child is being born, you see, is transitioning from the womb into this part of the world.
Yes.
That is usually a very delicate moment, and that is why you see parents try to cover or swaddle the child in warm clothes to ensure that the child is warm enough to be accommodated by this environment here. So the Form 4s are also in a period of transition, and I think I look at it in 3 forms of transitions. Number one, they are transitioning, most of them, they are transitioning from teenagehood to young adulthood. And actually, most of them, they are in the age of applying for IDs right now. Number two, they are transitioning from a period of being in high school to a moratorium period of about 9 months, because they are going to be at home for about 9 months before they join university and TVETs from around the month of August. I think that is when they join university, around August. So those are 2 forms of transition, and still there is the third one. They are going to be later transitioning from the period of moratorium of 9 months to university. So we have 3 forms of transitions that these candidates are going through, or they are going to go through. And like I have said, transitions are very delicate. They are moments of make or break. If you don't make yourself during this time, you can break yourself. Now, among us, the very many things that an ex-candidate can do. Let me start by saying that there are so many of them.
Yes.
There are so many things. Probably the reason why they might look at it and see that they have a lot of time is because of idleness. Idleness makes you believe that you have a lot of time, but if you have something that you are doing or engaging yourself in on a daily basis, you realize that you actually don't have time. So probably I just enumerate some of the few things that you can do. Number one, I have already mentioned it. If you are in the age of applying for an ID, this Monday morning, ensure that you be at the chief's office applying for an ID card. You see, I think it is the day before yesterday, I was amazed. The PS of immigration told Kenyans that a birth certificate is not a proof of Kenyan citizenship. And Kenyans were worried.
How?
I was wondering, why are you getting worried? The birth certificate is already indicated that this is not a proof of Kenyan citizenship.
Yes.
The main proof and the main document that proves that you are a Kenyan citizen is an ID card. I know you are used to using students' ID cards, but you are no longer going to use them. You cannot now keep on telling people that I'm a student of this and that place. You go to places and now you'll be required to produce your national identity card. So I think that is the first thing that you actually want to engage in coming next week. You have already rested enough. 1 week is enough for resting.
And there are
Number
those
two,
who are not yet 18 years. Eh?
there are people who are not yet 18 years. For you, I think you can have some time for yourself before you clock 18 years. But I'm addressing those who are 18 years and above. Ensure that next week you are already at the chief's office applying for that document.
We can give them the requirements to apply the ID.
All right.
They require the ID of their parents.
Yeah, of course, you require the ID of your parents.
A letter from the chief.
A letter from the chief.
Then they proceed to.
You also require that birth certificate.
Oh yes, you require birth certificate.
That birth certificate is also a requirement. Yes, so you need those 3 documents. Probably if there is any other, you are going to be advised at the chief's office. Number 2, I would talk of community service. Community service or church service. It's still another way of passing time. That is, if you have nothing else to do. Community service, it's a way of giving back even to the community. Before you get yourself so busy with life, it is a time to maybe serve in a community-based. We are actually in the season, the holiday season, whereby there is a lot of, merry here and there. People are visiting children homes, people are visiting prisons. You can be part of that.
Yeah.
It will help you to. But 2, somebody has already mentioned, and I like it, because one other thing that a student, an ex-candidate can a short-term course in order to gain a skill. Now, these short-term courses, they are not necessarily offered. Some of them are offered online for free.
Yes.
If I may remember, I think this javelin thrower, what is his name? Yego, Julius Yego. He learned the art of throwing the javelin from YouTube.
Sure. And
today, he's a world champion. So you don't even have to maybe put your parent in a situation of, pushing him or her to pay for a certain short course. If at all there is a course that you can learn from the internet. Short courses such as even baking. Probably you may never even apply that baking skill commercially. But in future, you can even bake some cake for your family. So that is a short course that you can pursue.
Yes.
It's just a short course that you can pursue. So those are some of the few things. I know there are so many, but allow me to maybe pass it on to my colleague so that she also puts some more. But there are so many other things that a next candidate can end.
So one, I really thank God for what Mr. Karibu has said. And something else I can add, charity begins at home. So please, najua umelala, I know you reflect, you cannot be rested enough. Start helping mom or dad or auntie in the house. I know you celebrated, you're given flowers. I'm psycho-personal because I know I've seen some people with flowers. But, kama kuna kuku, you know that kufagia, that mbea kuku. Fagia, take the manure somewhere. Grow even the flowers. Make a small flower garden. The thing is, don't to live up to 80 or 100 years. No, mention back at 18 years. You have about 80, 82 years. You're supposed not to start somewhere in life. We have the what do you call them? Professor Wangari Maathai the late, who has done or had done so much. My question is, have you grown to that level? If you have not grown to that level, then you still have some stages to go. That's 1. 2. Some things to do. There's some things I usually tell the students in Form 1. What exactly do you do? I'm in business class, I teach business. So usually I ask, what entrepreneurial activities do you do? And it's exciting to see the students say, for example, we do beadwork with my mom. The other one was, I do plating of the hair. The other one is that I make those crochet scarves. And I usually ask them, did you make any money this year? What exactly do you do? So that's how we usually get to the business. So if I tell you're doing something with your mom, with your dad, with your aunt, with your shosho, please don't pause because you feel grown up. You know, now you finish school, you feel grown up, 4 years. So kindly continue the same activities you've been doing, but of course in a higher level. You don't be the same person you're going to now. So continue the same activities, try to see what things you can venture into. Then number 2, right now, just help out. That's one way of seeing even the world. One thing, I know you have said what you're supposed to do within a short period, but something you don't do. Don't bury yourself in the phone. You are told that you finish from 4, you get a new phone. So you have your new phone right now. And all you are doing is texting from morning till evening. You don't go out, you don't see the world, you just bury in the phone. Please note, life does not just happen in the phone. That can come in that phone. You don't know what is happening around you. You just sleep, idle, no bathing, no showering, just because you're in the phone. So please just have some time, some limited time for the phone. Put it on the side. Think about the life outside. Those people you're chatting with may not be there when you actually are in need. When you're going to the campus and the TVETs, the ones who are going to take you are your parents, your shushu, your brother, your small brother, your big sister. They're going to take you there. Create time for them right now. Go visit them, go wash their utensils, go to Shosho's place, help her out, scrub her feet if you have to. In fact, it's good, just massage her feet. If it's Buka, go sit next to him. Just listen to what he is saying to you. So please don't bury yourself again in the phone. Go out, there's life outside. Go to church, start like Mr. Kcse said. Go to church, offer your services there. Then if you're doing some services with your parents, continue with them. Think of what you can do at the end of this year. That is one. You may do for ID.
What about the ID?
Your phone, kama majinunulia, well done, tick. Kama si majinunulia, make an effort that the next phone jinunulie. Fanya kama ni course hiyo kidogo. You like now I know most of us have gone through the computer courses. But now there is Mamboza publisher. I was seeing so many things that are happening, you know. Why don't you grow yourself in that? There are so many other things you can do actually, not just one particular thing. It doesn't make a computer. I think when we were growing up, again, you did not have someone to tell you to go. No. Nunajituma sana. So the same thing, I'm still going to insist on this one, jitume. Don't sit there. There's some stress that comes when you just lie in bed the whole day. You have no excitement by the way. So please just go out and breathe. You're going, chances is what I'm going to end with. Chances come with interacting with people. Chances come with interacting with people. That's when you hear there's someone is being needed here. Not always going on Facebook and TikTok and watching the challenges, no. Learn to go out and hear what other people are saying. Learn to know how the world is going. I keep on insisting on this one. Don't be so much on your phone, you forget about your life. So please go out, hear what people are saying. What is the next trend that is going to come? What idea do you have? What design do you have in mind? Can you put it down? Can you set it out? Who exactly do you look up to according to your talent? Are you going to approach them or even write them a message? You want them to mentor you. So let's start from somewhere. I think that's that.
Wow.
You know?
Thank you so much. Before we proceed and read some of the things that people have told us that they should do, Udama, you can remind us how to buy credit on Airtel.
All right. Thank you, Ambassador. At the comfort of your phones, you can just purchase airtime. Actually, it's not for Airtel. It's for any network.
All networks.
Yeah, you just need to go to the M-Pesa menu, then use the pay bill 737356. Then the account number is the phone number that you'd like to purchase airtime for. Be it the Airtel number, the Safaricom number. Then you enter the amount and you proceed to complete the transaction. Airtime reflects instantly once you use that process.
Okay.
737356. That is the pay bill. You can master it. You can invite friends to use it too. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A friend of mine called Samuel Kariuki and said, my students can also study some foreign languages and also engage in youth activities like church events, voluntary works. Now, attending children's home, attending and doing community works.
Yeah.
So now it's aligning with voluntary works. But our youth need to be told about voluntary works. For them, actually, few of them are willing to work for free.
They're already corrupted with money.
They are already corrupted with money.
The mindsets are
I remember in my village, I was in my village like 1 month ago, and there is a road connecting the other side of the village and my village. So the road was so damaged. Tumekanyaka kwa MCA sijui mara ngapi. But the villagers wakaamua wakasema, what we need here are stones and some few materials so that we can build this road ikuwe mzuri, gari ipita, watoto watume kuvuka to that side. And it was just announced, and we met there very many people, but we never met because they asking themselves at the end of the day, what will I gain from this road? And I'm going to the community work. But no, how will I, mbona nifanye kazi for free? Yes, that's the challenge we have. And I think you can address them on that.
right. People must know this. Let me address that issue.
Yeah.
Because I think the money or being driven by a very different within our hearts, we would achieve more than when money is driving. Most of the many achievers in this world are achieving more from something that they is finding them already moving.
With the same activity.
Exactly.
Yes.
For your information, the platform through which you are following this program is a Shifting Grades Online School. This is a platform where majorly we learn mathematics and physics.
Yes.
But initially, when I was beginning these programs, I began just to dispense my free time during the Corona season.
Yeah.
That is long ago, 2020.
And you're not paid.
Nobody was paying me. Nobody was doing it.
Sure.
Actually, I spent very good months or years, more than a year, without a coin from YouTube.
Yes.
But daily I was offering tutorials.
And
I was just doing what I love. I was serving people. My joy was to see students just commending, like, thank you so much, Shifting Grades.
Yes.
If it were not for you, I would not have learned this and that. That was my joy, and that kept me going.
Like the other day, a student from outside Kenya, I was following your channel, like Asema. This question has been giving me problems, but today I've unlocked it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, mathematics is mathematics, outside and inside.
Yeah.
So just touch lives. Just do something. Impress people out there. You do your best. And if it's money, it will find you moving. Don't begin with the money mindset.
Yeah.
It might actually disappoint you and you may never do anything sensible. Thank you, sir.
The other day, thank you. I was walking on this road nikienda hivi. So I met kuna jamaa alisima gari. Okay, ilizimika. So nikaona ana struggle. I was working with somebody. Then start, you can push it. Akaniambia, if you can offer me, push it. Ndaishtulia hapa. After that nikamsaidia, alafu mimi nikaenda. Then tekayo maana kaniuliza, ai sasa wewe utakuwa ukitembea ukisaidia watu kwa barabara? Nikamwambia no. I saw him and he needs ameenda. Sema ai how now na umjui. Kidogo I felt like there was something wrong there because needs money. Like sikubia nimetembea nikauliza direction. Someone akanipea direction na akaniambia sasa uniwachie 50. Now there is a issue of of money in our mind whereby we need to remove it so that everything can go well. I know even some of us, some of the students right now are working with their parents in their businesses and they're in the payroll. That's okay. If the parent decides to... Now, what are some of the comments there?
Yeah, somebody was saying that is...
Oh, I hope right now, Mohammed, you can hear us very well. Yes. So, there are three things and I think we had addressed it the other day, but we can still repeat it. We have a talent, we have a skill, and we have a profession. Those are the three things. We are going to address it in this manner. Okay, these skills, I don't know how we can define a skill, a talent, a profession we know. Because if I ask you now what's your profession, we know it. What's your profession?
Oh, my profession is teaching.
Teaching. So we have a profession, then we have a talent and a skill. A skill is something that you can acquire on the way, which right now we are telling them, because our profession for them is coming after, like, you said 9 months.
Yes,
From
9
now,
months.
they will now get to university to acquire a profession.
Yeah.
Now, a skill, some of them already have skills. Like I love the school I teach. They offer some of the subjects which give them skills. Home science, some of them can cook very well. That's a skill they already have. But again, they will still ask you, Mbona nisome bakery, will it give me money? But the thing is, it's good to have the skill. So I want us to break down. We mentioned some of the skills. Already we have mentioned, but we can still just narrow them down. Some of the skills they need to acquire, and then some of the talents they need to nurture. Again, somebody was saying the other day that some people, which is true actually. Hapo ndio watatuambia, because already you know you are talent. God cannot allow me to know without talent. You know that I have not worked to know my talent, but I don't know. Right now I don't know my talent, but I have skills.
Right.
I will use 2 footballers that you Ronaldo is highly skilled. And all of them are playing football, using a skill and a talent. So if you are a talent like me, we will talk about some skills you will acquire. Now, what are talented in this?
Okay. I believe that thing that you love so much that you can even wake up at night and you just do it so freely, and you know, it's like it's your life. You just feel like it's your life. You can wake up anytime, you can be told, let's go do this or do this, and it's so easy for you, or you just feel like you're at ease, honestly. It's just easy, sorry. That's somehow, I would call it a talent. It's God-given. You love it, you're one with it. That's one.
For example, now, let me start with you, Ase.
Yes.
You are talented in singing. I've heard you sing. You are really talented.
I thank God.
We give glory to God.
I will give glory
now,
to God.
How can someone know that I'm talented in singing? I can realize she can or he can sing very well.
Okay, kuna number one, kuna hiyo passion na kuanga ndani yako. Hata kuwafuta wenye unapendaga, unajua tu. You just can sleep, you know how to, you can see the dribbling. You know, you can see it even before.
Yes.
You can somehow just, it's in you, you run with it, you move with it.
Yeah.
Or if it moves in you move with it, you're just one. You're just one. So I know, I love that space here, music. I used to, okay, after choreography I used to do that. That is coming up with dance moves and everything else. So I know my niche. Hiyo ya music iko. I love also playing drums. I know my niche. Iko hapo kwa in music.
Yes.
Music. So I know kwamba it's easy for me, number one. I thank God. I know one is God given.
Yes.
And you love it, and I love it very much. But talent bado.
Talent too.
You learn that this is your talent. You learn it. It's easy. You do it very well. Of course, you keep on growing in it. But even if you are told tomorrow, what do you want to do? That is what you want to do. And
yes.
Freely, so freely. You have to say lazima. Even you. The good thing with the talent, the Bible says, the gift of a man shall open doors for him. He should not stand before mere men. He should stand before kings.
Proverbs 18:16.
Thank you. So, and I've seen this gift for me was opening my doors. Being called. And then unaitwa, the same gift. And I would say, it's a talent, yes. And I really thank God for that. So, it's easy for you to flow in it. It's, in fact, there is a, let me just spirit unaona kwamba you actually one with it, honestly. So, kama unalala unaamka unafikiria kitu, hiyo.
Sasa hapa kuna mtu umerealize akona talent ya kuimba.
Yes.
And I know even in your school umerealize kuna watu they can sing very well.
Yes.
What's your advice now? Yani yes akona talent. Aanzie wapi?
Okay, very good. Number one, start where you are, sing. That is
Sing in the bedroom, receive everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember we were somewhere, and then I was small, but now my brother and my family realized, yeah, she can sing. So just sing, let the doors open. And then number 2, there's someone who said, don't hide your gift. Hide your gift under the bushel, but put it outside so that people can see it and glorify your Father who is in heaven. So that's the same thing I'm going to say. Look for a place where you can expose the gifts. Sasa hivi kuna TikTok, kuna YouTube, kama it's called YouTube,
Yes,
kuna Facebook. Why don't you do a small clip there or just follow it up? Utaniuliza kwa nini sifanyi hivyo? Hata mimi najipatia advice. So I guess you might see more of me on YouTube. But right now, please just sing. Look for a platform as well. See, let's make a YouTube. Because I know when you have the talent, you have so much joy sharing it with others. For example, with the footballers.
Yes.
They want to play, they want to enjoy, they want the whole world to enjoy with them. It's so much about the money. Like what Mr. Modama has said. If you're something so passionate about, you want just to share.
Yeah.
That's the same thing that happens with others. You want to share with someone else. So please look for a platform. And usually, when you do this, when you do it with a lot of love, don't always go with love. I think also it comes with a lot of love and a lot of, let's move to humble.
Yes.
Honestly. If you want to share your gift, be humble. Because so proud. It doesn't go. I don't think it even goes with the gift, honestly. People who are gifted, let's move to humble, my friend.
Yes.
So that is what I can just say about the gift. Start, sing.
Where you are.
Then expose it. Look for a platform. Come on in church. Come on wherever you can go. Be humble. Start low. So let's make what you make apple. No. You can. But because you're one with your gift and you know where you're exactly you're going. So like for example, and please let me just finish with this one. Be able to sweep the floor, carry the Bible, or carry this one, do this work. Don't mind. If you're still going in line with your gift, or you're out, you want to see that gift, you want to see that talent. I want to see the talent of my girls, or my boys. That's where. Yes.
So, the same way, we are saying that if you are talented in singing, start singing. Start where you are. Just expose where you are selling. The same applies to football. Just go to a local.
That's true.
I've never gone to a village nikakosa vijana wanacheza mpira. I mean hata sasa tukitoka hivi utaona vijana wakicheza mpira. Now, I want you to help me list at least 5 talents. You know, kuna mtu amekaa na ajui kama ni talent ama si talent. So, tumeanza na number 1. Singing is a talent. Number 3, watu huko kwetu can run.
Okay.
That's a talent.
That's true.
Can we list more talents?
Yeah.
That exist?
I believe so. I already mentioned choreography. Choreography means coming up with dance moves. And right now, kuna hiyo mambo ya December, you have a lot of people and a lot of groups right now. The good thing I love with church, personally, is that there's so much room for growth in it.
In church?
Yes. And you can come up, first you have to clean. If you know how to, you can get good moves of dance. You can teach others how to come. That's called choreography. You can choreograph some moves. Number 2, you can talk of crocheting, for example.
Yeah.
Something, you know how a dress can be. I have a crocheted a blouse. I don't know if I have that for crocheted and it's very pretty. But it's very beautiful. A crocheted skirt, crocheted top crocheted by someone who, and she was a Form 4 friend. So I come to a Form 4. Like I said, you can 2,000. How much it was? So that's still a talent. Do it. Need beadwork. Beadwork, you can do it very well. Even your necklaces, like the shangas for Maasais and everything. You can do so much. And it is not limited to whatever you're going to say. There's so much talent, you may not cover everything. There's someone, you're not jump my book, maybe that one later on. But there's someone who said, for example, so kuna hiyo beadwork, kuna choreography, kuna dance, kuna hiyo running, it's a gift. There is the art, for example, of coming up with inventions. But that thing was called in TED Talk, and he was called what? Some lights. He was asked, please, I don't know if I can share with you. Akaulizwa, how do you come up with these lights? He said, I understand the rule of a mortar or something like that, the mortars or something like that. There's a way he called. And then the lions, because they're coming to eat their cattle. Na hii kitu nikiweza kushikanisha, so there was a alikuwa anashikanisha inafanya hilo, right, inafanya tu hivyo. And then the cattle would think it is a person moving. So they don't come to the attack the cattle.
Yes.
That's the lions. So that is what opened for him to go to TED Talk. I've shared it on my Facebook. That thing. So still as make just whatever you're saying here, it can be so many things. So he had got the invention. He also got to get now because of that. He got to be opened up for one of the best schools. He went out, your TED talking, of course, it's what something, but those people were very much recognized are called there. So you can imagine he was 13 years old or something like that when he was being called. And he was speaking in his dialect. You can, in terms of the English, but you can Akimasa, I love that, by the way. So please don't limit yourself to whatever you're just going to say here. It's broad.
Thank you. The other day, with you in Meru, to tumeenda kuhubiri. So tukiwa kwa field, there's a guy who played guitar until everybody in that market came. Kusikia tu huyo jamaa anaitwa Frederick Nzelu. That is a talent. Oh, it's a calling. I don't know. Yeah, it's all of them. That guy alicheza guitar. But until the person who was singing akaacha kwanza tukasikiza guitar. Actually he ministered using that guitar.
Exactly.
Now playing of instruments, you also play
I love
drums.
Yeah, I'm growing in it.
You're growing in it.
Yes.
Now even that one, playing of drums is a talent. Playing of any musical instrument is a talent. There is this guy called Omondi. Unamjua Omondi?
For drums.
Yes. That guy, he plays until outside Kenya, ako East Africa. The other day he was in Rwanda. Na alianza wapi? CU.
The university.
You remember? He was playing for the CU. He was being mentored by the big brother mwenye alikuwa anacheza, but now I think the big brother was playing non-gospel. What do you call it? I don't know.
Secular.
Ama alikuwa anaplay sote, anachipata huko na huko. But this guy akastikwa church. And now he's been invited to very many occasions. It's a talent. I know, I may not be true, but at some point, that one may be paying him more than what he started for in the university.
Yeah,
Yes, that's a talent. Which other talent can we mention?
I think we are mentioning very many of them. We have a life coach who can give.
Even teaching can be a talent.
I actually think
Not a profession.
Not just a profession. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
talents are as many as the number of people. They are as
I
many
like
as
that.
the number of
Pardon.
I'm
How
telling
many
you,
talents do we have?
we have so many. I think we probably are just mentioning the ones that maybe are most outstanding among us people. But when those talents now go into the service of humanity, that is when now they are seen.
Yes.
Because I am thinking of maybe talents such as drawing.
That's true.
That is art. I'm thinking of swimming. You know, I'm thinking of even encouraging people. You know, that is
That's
a
a
talent.
talent.
Wow.
It is.
And in addition to that, a talent can be made better by adding skill into it. You see, like now what Teresa does, if it is that singing, she can get skill to that talent to make it better.
Yes.
The
That's
man
why
that
we
you are
have
talking
a music
about,
school.
exactly, that's why we have music school. The person that you are talking about, who was playing the guitar in Meru,
Yes.
is a talent, but he can even make it better by adding skill into it.
Good.
So I think talents are as many as the number of people. Nataka watu wafikiria hata anything that you are passionate about.
Exactly.
Anything that you are passionate about, that is a talent.
That's a talent.
It's God given. You did not labor for it. You just develop. So then that is your area.
And they are not
of
limited by the
talent.
way.
Yeah, they are
That's
not
true.
limited.
That's
Wow.
true. You
Yeah,
can have
there's so
see
many.
that you're good in business as well. You're good in you just have that passion for it and you know that you can do it so much. Though I know you're told not to be a jack of all trades. But there are people actually I don't. If you put one in one basket and it does well for you, well and good. But if you have 5 talents, you don't have to dim your light. Ati because umeambiwa tu kwa moja. Ukijifinyilia kuna kitu haitoki. But you glow as you grow in your talents. All of it.
Yes.
That's it.
Wow. So, and I think our target for today, it is at or they are at their prime age of nurturing their talent. So, with this age, just ensure that you can do something. Now I've learned something that the talents are so many that any in the world can have his or her own thing that you can do very well in a special way. Na si lazima pia uko na hiyo moja. You can get the skill. Now, skills are what you acquire either by or you can acquire skills locally. My brother mkubwa mwenye our firstborn, now he never went to any school. Those skills he acquired it locally from majama wanaodanga fiti, and he has made it so well. That's the skill. Ukimuuliza what can you do, he will tell you I'm doing this. He teaches at Kakuma in Turkana, and in Kakuma it's very hot that you cannot teach. Their own timetable that ends at around 12:40. So morning hours do ishi wapi, then afternoon yeye anaenda kwa hardware somewhere, hata si hardware kwake anaonda fiti, ananiambia kwa wiki anaonyesha ameonda fiti 2 ama 3. That's a skill. So you see now he has a skill, at the same time he has a
talent even.
A profession. So skill is something that you can acquire by going to school. In my village, again, we have so many drivers. And they're very good in driving. But I want a driving license. I was telling them, just go. Because it's a requirement of the land, just go, you acquire one. In fact, they will not keep you. By the way, you know how to drive, they will just teach you. Now utasumbuliwa sana, and you will be okay to go. So, 1 each or 2 each, some of the skills that we really need to know. Dance and I hand it over to you. My brother, the cousin, alikuwa hapa, in fact, he was here some few days ago. He's a teacher of maths business, but he's feeling like just teaching and staying in school is not enough. Mlango, yani vitu za kuchombelea vitu vitote. Akasema na skill vizuri, then you will be doing that outside teaching. Wow. So I've been checking on it. The skills and talents can at some times pay more than the profession. There are some professions like pilot. Government has made them to earn more. You know, in our country, some professions just earn more. I'm saying some skills like the one I've just mentioned, welding. You know, nainanga with the flow of the work. So that is the skill. And we concluded with you the other day to Kasema. All of us, we should have a skill. The second skill I'm mentioning, so that I can hand over, is the skill you gave me. I asked you whether you have a skill. You told me you have a skill of communication. You can communicate and convince somebody so well. So as they are mentioning the skills, I'm talking to you. What is that skill that you have or that you want to acquire? You go for it. Back to you, Madama.
Thank you, sir. I like the flow of the discussion. This matter of skills, I think it's a good input that people should know that are basically or simply interaction. Through passion, you can learn something.
That's true.
And actually, you become. I've seen people begin their own salons. And they are running and they are commanding very big monies. They have a flow of clients because their work is perfect. Not because they went to a school that taught them, but it's because while they were having some free time, maybe after school or that, they went to a friend. You just sit back and watch things.
That's true.
With the time, you get involved. With the time, you become perfect. And things start going. So please expose yourself. The skills are many out there. You can attach yourself to one and do well. All the best.
Okay. Probably before I mention a few more other skills that students can acquire, I want to say that in the world that we are living in today, it's all about solving somebody's problem.
Wow.
Any job actually that you get anywhere, you are employed to solve someone's problem.
That's true.
And you cannot solve someone's problem if you do not have the skill of solving that particular problem. But it is not enough to have a skill. It is very important that you have proof or evidence of the skill that you bear. For instance, probably as you apply for any job, you will be required that if you are telling us that you have a certain skill, what is the evidence for it? Do you have a certificate to prove that you have that particular skill? Or even if you are to be given that task, are you able to show that indeed you can do it with a lot of articulation and perfection? If you can go ahead and acquire a document to show that you have that skill, just around where we are right now. Right now, there's somebody behind the camera.
Yes.
He has photography skills.
Yes.
Wow. In cleaning the carpets and all that. That's a skill that you can acquire. We have some, what did we call this soundproof material? Gypsum, whatever. Yes. This is home designing. It's a skill that was done by somebody. I'm sure it is not Ambassador who did this. He had to acquire somebody with a skill.
Pan that camera ishike hizo design so yeah.
To fix the gypsum and do the paint work. So the painting skills, the electrical skills to do the bulbs. So there are so many skills in this world, my friends. I think wherever you are right now, if you are just to look around, you will see so many skills.
There's another
I am with a watch here. Tailoring and all that. So we have so many skills again, but we have. And especially the one that you are passionate about, not just any skill because it is selling outside there. I'm telling you, if you do something that you are not passionate about, you will get to some point and you are going to get tired of it. But if you do something that you are passionate about, you are not forced to do it. You can work even past the working hours and you're still comfortable with it because that is a skill that you are passionate about. So pursue a skill. And it is going to take you places that probably even your profession cannot take you.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, just to Kcse. So in this room alone, we have over 6 skills. And it's, you can see the three of us, we have shifted.
Yeah.
Yes. No. We have two places. Most men goes to a Kcse. Most women, because again we have women in Kcse.
Yeah, it's true.
Most women they go to a salon, and someone had mentioned a salon here. Akasema mtu anaweza fungua salon kubwa. So it's a skill. That's why tukiingia mahali unapata kuna watu watatu wana chef, but unakaa chini unasema I'm waiting for this guy. Why? Because akona skill fulani. Okay. So there are very many skills that actually we need to acquire. I think there's an answer you have given us. Tuliendanga na kina Mwangi, tukaenda Westlands in a given training. Yeah, how to conduct online studies, how to deal with students. It was bringing on board the teachers from Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. I think it was East Africa. So after the training, around 4, then a guy asked, we have been trained, but we have not been given. During the meeting, akasema, you guys, you must be from Kenya. Kenya with certificates, with no skill. But I wish I had that thing. As far as I have the skill, let me have the proof. Drive gari kwa barabara. Hata kama hujakosa accident, you are driving very well. Without the driving license. I realized it does not take long to acquire. Someone can go to a TVET. I don't know what's talking about TVET or any. Then you are quiet and they give you a certificate. It can give you instant income because most skills will give you money actually. You see? But yeye alienda shule akasomea filming. So he has proceed from that point. Sisi wengine, yes you know it, but you cannot proceed.
Before you come to that final point, Ambassador, kindly, there is one skill that it is expected that all the students, as you proceed to university or even to TVET or polytechnics, that you will have. That is computer literacy skill.
Thank you.
Because probably the learning mode is going to be online, submission done online, doing of the researches and all that is going to be online. It is actually assumed
to register units online.
Registering of units, almost everything is going to be done online. So if you don't have the basic computer skills, computer literacy skills, used to call them computer packages.
Yes.
We were so much obsessed with it. Every time you are with high school,
yes, yes.
The next thing that you'll be thinking about is how you are going to do the packages. And it is still something that is being done even today. So I would,
there was a time when I joined first year actually, I didn't have the computer at our university called Kimani. I'm the big guy. So Kimani was so busy, akaniambia, Alex, ingia ndani ya ofisi, you come and check. There was something I wanted to check on the unit. I show you, you proceed as I'm doing something here. I didn't. Why? Akaniambia, no, you need to, from today, be attending our computer lab. Make sure you get some skills.
yeah, true.
They have the passion with computers. Even in our school, our form force, hakuna mtu nimeambia laptop akashindwa cooperate. They are doing so, and it is, they still online with what now? It is online with gadgets.
Yeah, sure.
That is what we need to know. It's a skill that also everybody actually should have it. Tumeenda nyumbani, we were at home. Tumepeleka some women for a function. Mimi na driver. Ile gari ya zamani. On the way, driver akawa mgonjwa. Na mimi niko hapo na yeye, akawa mgonjwa. Tukaweka gari kando. The expectation of the passengers is atanitokea nifanye nini? I drive. But I could not. Why? I lacked that skill of driving. So that there are some basics like driving and computer. So before we conclude in a special way about the skill to Malaysia na profession. You have a question? Is it you have a question?
No, it's beyond skills.
Oh, it's beyond skills. Okay. So let me find out with this. My sister, I know that combination baadaye. My sister, hakuwa kwenda university. And that one does not scare me or anybody. I know going to university does not guarantee a better life. we all know that. So tukaongea nikamwambia, I want you to pursue fashion and design. Akaenda akaitafuta hiyo fashion and design ina deal na nini. Kumbe I realize, okay, one of the basic skills that you need to have when pursuing fashion and design is tailoring skills. How to operate that, what do you call it? Sewing machine. Akuja kama amekasika ananiambia, so unataka mimi niende ni learn cherehani. Kwanza alitumia the word cherehani. Nikamwambia, it's one of the skills you are supposed to learn from there. We have many other skills. She could not agree with me. Yeah, alikuwa anaona because amezoea there are those ladies in the village. Hata watafungua duka wako tu kwao na cherehani. Ukitaka repair ya nguo unampelekea anakufanyia repair. Ali complain because she lacked those skills. Now, nikamtuma to Eldoret Polytechnic. Nikamwambia just go there. Then I called somebody mwenye Google, mwenye ana admit watu hapo about the skills. Nikamwambia talk to my sister about fashion and design. Coming back in the evening, alikuwa shakupali. I'm going to pursue that. Alionyesha mpaka kuonyesha curtains. Zile zimedesigniwa vizuri. Kaambia these ones, not everybody can design this. Huyo mtu unamwangalia kwa vile jaji yako na jeharani cannot do this. Why? Yeye tu alilearn how to do that work, lakini there is more than that. Hapo ndio akachange mind na akajua fashion and design is not just a local course thing ya village. Yeah, it's a skill that when you acquire it, it will take you far. Yes, so that is about skills. So make sure you acquire as many skills as possible. If you can acquire it in a school, please go to a school. So unajua hii swali ya who is the richest man mwenye wanasemanga kumaliza shule ama kwenda shule? Bill Gates. Is it Bill Gates?
Bill Gates, yeah, but they don't know some things about it.
They don't know some things about Bill Gates. And these are nini? Kuna mwingine tatu kweli. Very rich and they dropped out.
But someone will say, the same thing, a joke. Even if it's about them dropping out, check where they dropped out from.
That's the question. They dropped out of university.
And they dropped out of Harvard.
Yeah,
The other one dropped out of Harvard.
Yes.
Before you say it, they drop out. Check where they dropped out. Now, there's someone I was watching like 4 days ago who was talking about, I think Bill Gates, okay. He dropped out. Why? You know, you are going to school to acquire a given skill and knowledge. School cannot offer everything. They offer what they are designed to offer. Like say tukiamua na Miki tufunze watu about photography and videography, we will only offer a limited to what we have. But Bill Gates wanted something beyond what the school can offer. And in fact, the person who encouraged Bill Gates to drop out of school is his lecturer. Actually, alimwambia fanya na kuona this university cannot help you. Please, akadrop out of the school na akaenda akajitafutia schooling yake mwenyewe. Schooling yani life schooling. Akajitafutia the skills he wanted to pursue in this life. So, before you argue that he dropped out, ask yourself, after dropping out, I drop out of the university but not learning. He proceeds to the learning. So my encouragement this morning is that you acquire a skill, that you can do it so well and perfect. Now, what we were getting into is among our last part. It's about profession. Na kuna mtu naona amequestion hapo. And okay, hiyo nayo ni ngumu tujibu swali tumalizie because this guy wants how to choose courses. Education. But that one Mr. Kerego utajipanga uone just in a short way. This guy wants to choose a course lakini you know how big it is, a career courses, you will just
ana
results bado lakini
I think maybe as they wait for the results to come out, they can be thinking about it.
They can be thinking about it. Yeah. So when it comes to profession, we have so many professions that we can actually pursue. Like us here, we share one. Yes. I don't know, some of us
which pays well.
Which pays well. I know some of us may be having 2 professions, 3, but mostly in most cases professions inakuanga moja. Because you know why? Profession, you prepare for it for a long time. You go and study for it for 4 years, for example. Then you are planning to work for it for a very long period of time. Very few people change their professions with time. But majority, akishaanza line fulani, always ana work na hiyo all through. Now, it's a matter of pursuing a course, then you become a professional in a certain field. That one to the coach because I cannot talk about it when he's here. Yes, about choosing courses, careers, some of the professions.
That question on a choice of the courses. The student at the moment, candidate, is at a very good position of accessing maybe the college or university for some more information. That is over we are going to share in this program.
Yes.
Because at the moment you can walk in just any university, year's book, and I am sure that most of the universities are going to offer that information. but guided not by maybe the money or the remuneration that you are going to be getting out of the career. Recently, I think 2 years ago, there was a case somewhere.
Yes.
And they were tell her that you have come during tea break, so allow us first of all to go for tea and then we will be back. So the mother, actually those doctors did not pursue that career out of passion, because I believe passion is something that you do, you know, like if it is medicine or that nursing course, how well are you able to handle cases that that relate with injuries, you know, interacting with blood or every other day? You know, it requires one to have a big heart whenever you are pursuing such a course. So it is just beyond money or the amount that you will be getting from that particular course. So in that case that I'm giving example of the doctors who left a patient on the floor, probably now those are doctors that pursued, or nurses that pursued a course because of the remuneration that they are going to get out of it, or the size of that cause in the ears of the community. Well, ukisikia ati una pursue doctor, you are pursuing medicine, you know. Even people wanakuondokea kwa barabara, but it's not about watu kukuondokea kwa barabara. It's about how well you are going to offer the service that you are going to give to the community and to your fellow citizens, or even if it is outside the country. So what I would say is, if you have already made your choice already, because I believe they have already made their first choice. Kenya universities and Kenya universities and colleges central placement services, KCPS usually open the first and second selection of courses. I think the first selection comes around March, the second selection comes around May or June. So you can have your ears on the ground so that when they will announce the review of the courses, you can do them in accordance to your passion at that particular point. Your college or university somewhere, ask for information about courses, and I'm sure they are going to offer it to you freely.
You meskia. So I think Muhammad amejibiwa.
Sure.
Yes. I think now he's sorted out, and he knows where he will land. One thing that I've learned is ndapata kazi na lawyer na analipwa ngapi. Yes. So I think that one in some way will make you take a wrong, you know. I think we were coming almost to an end, and what is there is I would like us to prepare, we give our to the form for candidates. Unless kama kuna mtu akona swali atuweke hapa, we will answer you before the end of the session. So also during this whole day, I will make the following announcement as we are keeping on. We will still have like 10 minutes to finalize with our talk, because everyone right now will give a parting shot to the 2024 candidates from for and any other person, because this video would be there for a long period of time. Even those who are finishing, even those who are in Form 3. I know some of them are watching right now. Wanataka kujiuliza, hii ni nini mnataka kukuambia Form 4 zenye atufai kusikia. They are following us right now. But it's good, okay. You know, we've talked about very many things. Tukasema you punguza expectation, but you join. There are many things mentioned here, including community works. There is a church, AIC, Baraka, in Eldoret. I was there over the weekend, and I saw what they're doing. They're doing so well. They organized for some trainings, and watoto wasipoeke nyumbani, wakasema between this age and this age sa fulani, between this age and this age sa fulani. Until now, they're also planning to have something on January about those wenye ashamanza Form 4. I don't know. I think that they have find some people who are skilled, like Mr. Karaoke and Madam Teresa, who will be talking to them. So such are some of the things that they should actually be attending and be checking on. So for the remaining part of this year, for our 2 or 3 channels that we have, you keep on following. Now this one goes to theaters who are still in high school. We are bringing you live lessons for chemistry and physics and maths. Chemistry and physics, that is in Ambassador Foundation, Ambassador Speaks. For maths and physics, that is in Shift School. Now, on my side again, I will be having my live shows every Saturday. I'm shifting from Thursday. I think Thursday is not getting well with me because of some very many things I'm doing on Thursday. So I'm shifting it to my live lessons to, my live sessions to Saturday morning hours like we are doing it right now. So, with them I will invite you, then you say something and then you give your parting shot to the Form 4. Is it leavers? Is that the correct term? How many Form 4 about?
University students.
University students. Yeah. No, but the taste is, Kariuki will answer this Kimvikia. Tumesema we have two categories of students. Some will make two, some will not make two. Those who will not make two will be like, can I repeat? Ama nifanyaje? Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
All right. To finish up, I'll be giving my parting shot and also be bringing some question to my two mentors. Our two life coaches will have to answer us in some way. Kindly find a way of responding to what I'm about. Okay. And thank you so much for being patient with us and the many questions that you are responding to. Okay, one of my mentors, and that is Pastor Felix Musawa, I must mention him. He told me that there are things we call home of origin dynamics. That people do not come from the same levels, people don't come from the same similar families. We have that challenge. As we know very well, there are backgrounds which are better off than others. There are people who are already challenged. As we are talking about gadgets and all that, there are already people who are coming from very remote villages where there is no even electricity.
Yes.
People on the gadgets. There's no electricity. The government is aware of that. Now, there is also the home now itself, whereby you find Miss Alex, the way things are handled at your home is not the way things are handled at our home. Actually, we might be 2 Form 4 leavers. We experience similar problems, but the way you will be received at your home is not the way I will be received at our home. We might score a C plain, the two of us. We narrowly missed the university, and from your background, you are taken for a trip. You are taken to a retreat. You are celebrated with the family. You know, the family throws a bash.
Like what she said, when the Form 4s were being picked, some were given flowers, some were not.
Others were picked in limousine.
Yes,
on my side now, my parents started insulting me because I didn't manage it. And there is that, we have to agree with that. I'm sorry to mention this, God forbid. There might be 2 girls here. You just finished Form 4, and by bad luck, you even get impregnated by somebody there who is not very responsible, and you are going home. There are some girls, according to how their home is, these girls will be celebrated by their families. They will be taken to an holiday to relax after childbearing and all that.
Yes.
Another one is coming home, they get insulted. the child they are giving birth to is given a bad name. Very many things. On the other side, there are celebrations. How are our Form 4 leavers going to balance between
the various states?
You've just gone through an issue, maybe the reception of results, then your family is here. You know, there is the issue of the family now, because the family has to, at the end of the day, they have to either accommodate us or they vomit.
That's true.
Because there are those different families. What can our students, our dear Form 4 leavers, how can they handle all this pressure?
And also, the parents themselves.
Sure. I think we should also talk to
parents
and guardians. Because these are our dear students. We have them and they get different results. They go through different challenges. How can we handle our students?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. That's a heavy one. But whatever that you are saying is actually very true. These are actually scenarios that are going to be seen or are being seen even right now because we come from a broad spectrum of social origins, as you have already put it. First of all, we saw a lot of celebration from the parents, the relatives of the ex-candidates. Actually, in most of the places, there was celebration, celebrating their loved ones that they have already completed school. And I was just thinking, or reminiscing in my mind, are they still going to be celebrated after the results are out? And I think just like you have mentioned, that we mentioned a word to even the parents, let us celebrate these students or these ex-candidates even after the results are out. I started by mentioning that this period is either a moment of break or it is a moment of make. And we do not want to be the ones as parents who are going to break the lives of our students because of the words that we are going to drop to them. Maybe words of discouragement, you would have done better, such kind of words. What were you doing in school all these years? Did all the monies that I invested for you come to nothing? Is this the grade that let us avoid such kind of words, because it will help the student to adjust. Going to receive those kind of words. Now, from different spectrums of socio and economic life, I would want to tell the matter. And life always has a starting point, but the starting point is not always the end point. Life keeps on changing. Life is very dynamic. You should not look down on somebody today because of maybe of a certain challenge that they are experiencing and think like that. So what I would encourage that student or that ex-candidate who is just work out from wherever that you are. Work with the little that you have. According to the Bible, that the mustard seed is a very minute seed, and I actually have one at my home. It's actually so small. It had to be put in a very small bottle. You might even miss seeing that mustard seed, but the moment it is put into the soil, and that even the birds of the air, they come to nest in that particular tree. So giving ourselves positive words that I'm going to make it. I know that my tomorrow is going to be better than today. In the land of the living. You keep on saying positive. I always tell my students this, that the first time, and this is actually from my pastor, the first time words were used, it was not meant for communication. It was meant. Whom was he communicating with? Nobody was. He was communicating with nobody. He was creating using words. So we also create a world using our own words. So let us create a world with our own words. Even the parents. I think it's true that we have not spoken so much to the parents today. But if I may just finish with this one, now to the parents. Ephesians 6. This is children and the parents. It's a verse that we learned in prayer in Sunday school. That children obey your parents. Honor your father and mother, for this is the first commandment with a promise. Verse 4. And this is what we normally live out. We measure about fathers is not just the male parent. Fathers is just any person who is more mature than now the student. Do not provoke your children to wrath. Actually, let us build them up. Words that are going to nurture them, to encourage them, and to give them life. That's all for now.
Wow. I'm sorted. I think I'm also benefiting from this. The
Wow.
show is really rich.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
You have something to add?
Yeah, what I'd say on the same is that one, for the children, that we know the background that we come from. When you get to 18 years to 17 years, we know where you are coming from and where you're going back to. We know how strict our parents are. So please note that there's something that someone says that you're born looking like die looking like your decisions. So please note This is just a phase. You know, with your parents when you're 50 years. I don't believe so. So think of what you want to have in the future. So you may have good grades or not good grades, but then what do you want to see yourself in and in the future? So the parents are going to receive well, and others may not receive very well, depending on the grades people are going to achieve or the students are going to achieve. Be malleable. That's something I can tell every student. Be malleable. That is, don't be so fixated on what your father is going to say and your dad is going to, your mom, when it's going to be a wrong thing. You can always choose. The power of life and death lies in the tongue. And those who love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Love what is good. In fact, the Bible says, I love sharing this verse even in staff room. Philippians 4, verse 8. Whatever is true, whatever is good, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is of a good report, whatever is praiseworthy, think about these things. I'll repeat. Whatever is pure, think about these things. So, if the report is not good, if they are harsh words, they are evil words, if it is not a very encouraging word, don't think about it. That's what I'm saying. Don't be so fixated about it. But parents, at the same time, we have to think. There are times when you create an environment which is very hard for the children as well. I'm sorry to say that. There can be that you have such a strict person. Hakuna hiyo move. You cannot move this way. You cannot move that way. So atakuwa lawyer. Kama hatakuwa lawyer and the person is a good carpenter, please think about that. Don't be so. And it's a future. And also, there's such confidence that comes to children when you have a backup from the parent. Such a confidence. They know that daddy atanisikia, and then you have said it's not about so much about here, but where you're going to be like the decisions you're going to make in future. So please don't be so fixated on what the parent is going to do right now, but think of where you want to go. I'm sorry if I told they are harsh people. And kabla nimalize niseme mjichuke na Brayo na Jemo. Sana. The guy was keep on saying that. Na Kevo. Jichunge na wase. Mjichuke sana. Karibu tusahau hiyo. Usually the consequences come with the girls. And you know why. And it's you may have good people who are going to. But please let's think about the future. It's just few years and then maybe we'll use it. But for now, just jichunge too. Don't think you're so smart that you can play anyhow. Others are looking forward to having their ID. They're not going to be told anymore from the parents. I might doing a parting shot by the way.
Hata si ID amaze form 4 aende sasa huku nje atafute ma girlfriends. Atafute ma boyfriends sasa huku nje.
Yes.
I think sisi kama walimu hatukuambia mazeni form 4 ndio mwanzo hivyo. Hakuna mahali tulisema, hakuna kitu kama hiyo tulisema.
The ladies might seem weak, but they are bright. They may know how to do this and that. In the future. You want the person, you want to set the person with the person. You see yourself with the person in the future. So don't just be excited. Parents, please also consider the children and what they have scored. Receive it with a lot of thanksgiving. A lot of thanksgiving. Be grateful for what they have brought, because you're part of the foundation of that child. Now, at the next moment or the next thing, it's going to be determining so much on how you're going to react. So please let's think about them and let us encourage.
Yes. Again, the problem comes from parents. They are over expecting. Sasa kuna mzazi mwenye anafikiria mtoto wake asipata A from Loreto. Yaani kila mtu anajua tu huyu mtoto anakuja na A. Naye mtoto anajua reality.
Exactly.
In fact, mwenye anasava mental they know. The issue here is the parents. Anyway, on that, what you are finalizing with, I was telling my students, there are some things which are legal outside the school. Ukitoka nje shule kukunywa pombe na uko na ID, it's okay. There is no problem with that. It's allowed. Relationships like boy-girl relationship, it's not allowed. But ukienda uko nje, it looks like it's allowed. So when you see something that in all cases the school was right. The school cannot allow you to drink. Naambiwa wewe ni mtoto less than 18 years. So jiulize mbona after 18 years ukubaliwe kunywa. Sisi kwa shule when we find you that ni kama uko na affairs na kijana mtu fulani, mostly wao ndio they carry all the blame. Msichana akibeba naambiwa tukupate na watu wa bodaboda. So mshangaa watu wa bodaboda wamekosea nani? So it's not allowed in school. But now some of them actually, and I'm sure of what I'm saying, they are waiting to go to university to experiment all these things that Mr. Kariuki was saying. Don't do it. For sure. That's what they're waiting for, to experiment. And I'm leaving it to Mr. Kariuki to proceed from there.
Okay, there are two major things that are breakers, as the ambassador is talking about. One being irresponsible sexual behavior and drug and substance abuse. I think these are two major things that are finishing our youth of today.
Sure. And
it is being said that you do not have even to be told anymore that these are breakers. Imagine, actually, if I can revisit the first one that I've just mentioned, that is irresponsible sexual behavior. Do you know what sex is called in Kiswahili? Do you people know what it is called in Kiswahili? Okay, in our news they call it tendo la ndoa. Because this is something that is only supposed to be done within the context of marriage. Actually, it's not that sex is bad, by the way. Probably I should not even say it so loudly. But sex is not bad. Actually, if there is a gift that God gave us that is the greatest, it is this one. The reason is, it is the formula that God gave us through which there will be like continuity of life, isn't it? Yes. We are all actually products of that. We are products of that activity. However, it is actually the biggest sin that one can commit if it is done outside of the context that has already been present. Gift by somebody and then you misuse it. The person who gave that gift has the power to even seize it from you. So if the giver of this gift is God and has already told us that you should not do or you should not engage in sexual behavior outside of marriage, that is through adultery or why do we want to engage into it? There are so many consequences. There are going to be unwanted pregnancies. I am sure you are not willing to start rearing a child at the moment. I would encourage you, engage self-control. You are actually at the blossom of your life. Your life is actually blooming. But there is something that Solomon tells us in Solomon 2:15 says this: catches the little foxes, the ones that the vines. You are in blossom. There are some little foxes that want to destroy the vine. Behavior, attempting to engage in alcohol and cigarette smoking, engage the gear of self-control, because the emotions are there and they actually show that you are a very healthy person. It doesn't mean that you are abnormal. It shows that you are actually a normal person, but just engage self-control even as you ask God to help you as you to enter into such kind of activities.
It's a place to go and study. Maneno ingine?
Tuweke kando.
Yes, ikae kando. So, you've reached with your party shot?
Now, is that, number one, please let me just add something on what Mr. Kariuki has said. You don't say, when it comes to profession, love people. We are going to do it out of love. Love is patient, love is kind, love bears along. Usikuwa ona mtu, like, you won't just do the service for the sake of money. Money is not going to give you that company. Utasema tu, let it rain, the flow of the cash and everything else. But I cannot give you that happiness of just hanging out and laughing. You cannot just laugh with the money like this. You're going to see something is off. So please love people when you're giving out services. That is number one. Two, in terms of profession, there's something that I've seen, there's a gap here in the market. It is CV writing. CV.
Yeah.
It's actually something that people are taking it, and I've seen there's such a gap. I'm just doing some small things of checking. There's such a small a gap in CV writing. Try as well to go for something. One, I still love people. Look for a gap. kuna time tulikuwa nasema mambo become. I don't think right now we have become as a main course, but there's a time everything
it was step.
It was hype. So please let's open. See, lazima kiwe kitu popular ati ndio lazima uende nayo. It can be those things that are not seen, like this, maybe house design and everything else, that designing, interior design, I believe. Some courses are not so loud, but they are very marketable. So please let's also do our research so that we don't just do whatever is being said, but something that is actually going to be there's a gap in it. So I've given just one, that is CV writing. There's such a gap that is there. Love God, and it's going to be quite easy for you to flow with whatever skills, whatever profession you're going to go to, or you're going to flow with. That's that.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Probably start by answering a question that you had posted.
Yes.
Concerning those that are not going to join universities.
Yes.
And that is actually expected because the universities that we have in Kenya, they are not enough to accommodate everyone. So, suppose you did not qualify, it's because the universities are not enough vis-a-vis the candidature that we always have. I think we have 35 public universities and so many others outside this country. They are not enough to accommodate the almost students who leave high school. So even if you get your C, you get your... Because the opportunities or the vacancies that are at the universities could not allow plus you still are a university material. But I would also universities, let us also join the TVETs, that is the Technical and Vocational Institutes. They also offer very good courses. Actually, the skills that we were talking about, we also have that's a life choice. We may not say yes or no here. It all depends on your convictions. If you are able to go through and better yourself, well and good. Sometimes falling down is not the end of the road. You can rise, dust off. Maybe if you go back, you are going to be more serious and you are going... On my parting shot, I want just to
Before
say
you
that...
part,
okay.
I've just remembered the question
Okay.
that I was asking you some days ago. There are some people who will qualify to go to university, but they will not join university. Does it mean that after getting a grade to make you go to university, must you go to university? Or you can still find something else to do?
I would advise that if you have the opportunity to go to the university,
use it.
seize and use that opportunity.
Yes.
Why would you allow it to just go away? Take that opportunity, but they will now choose to pursue in a university abroad. That is still a choice. So we are saying like that life is choices, but there are some opportunities that come once in life. Probably as we go on, it will be expected in future that maybe you have certain level of education. So if you have that opportunity to go and to join university, my advice would be that you take that opportunity and run with it.
Wow.
And as you do that, probably one of the things that may keep you or might make you feel like you are not going to pursue university is the funding. This is the time to keep on now exploring the different ways in which you can fund education. Right now we have a new funding model. You can maybe job, offering loans. We have also bursaries that are offered by the government and other institutions. So I don't see the reason why you wouldn't join university. Yes.
On the same, I'm so sorry. Again, I keep adding about but let me just. But there's something that actually I got some. Is it this week? This week, that you can actually appeal. I hear there is the card that you're being given the Joint Admissions Board. Depending whether you.
Okay, there's a form. The more you feel, the more it limits you alone.
All right.
So and Karuk is here. Is a man of integrity. Your parent is a teacher. Is earning some good money. The more you feel, pale, you give the actual truth. The more it will limit you to the loan.
actually, not even the truth is there, by the way.
Yes.
But I've realized that you can appeal. I didn't know there's a that can be
Appeal.
There
that
is.
you can actually
Yes.
appeal. So I want to just encourage some. And you might find that you might have to pay so much money. Go back to the anniversary towers. Kama wamechange anniversary towers.
Bado iko hapo.
Iko hapo bado.
Yes.
Please go and appeal and see whether the funding can be changed. So feel so discouraged.
Yeah.
Just go and say that you want to appeal. You can change all the whatever you're going to do, and then you can have more funding. So don't limit yourself that you will not be able to learn. That's what I want to just say.
Wow. Thank you. Madam, anything?
He was giving his.
Oh, sorry. Kumbe.
Sorry.
Okay. My parting shot. Probably, I just want to say that whatever that we have said in this program is probably just a drop in the ocean. There is so much information outside there. I am sure there are so many programs that have been even organized by different institutions and organizations, ex-candidate programs. There is one called Bridge that is organized by CITAM, and so many others that we can let them know probably if they are able to get in contact with us. And so whatever we have said is just so small, but the best of the teacher in this life is actually life itself. So I would encourage that we be quick to learn. The things that we are telling you, instead of coming to regret later, just see how you can engage and learn from whatever that we are saying to the programs, instead of regretting later. So be quick to learn, be teachers. Ephesians 6, obey your parents. A child will never outgrow no matter the age. Even if you'll be 30, 40, as far as your parent is there, you will never obey them. I know sometimes it feels like now that you have the you are at the university whereby you are not so much restricted, that you can do as you wish, but to our parents, it is still given unto them. And lastly, one of the proverbs says that horses are made ready for battle, but victory. So thank you so much. God bless you and have a blessed life. May God bless the
Yeah, thank you so much. Before I give my parting shot, I want to appreciate this panel. I think we've gotten the best people, such that I'm even learning. And actually, I would like to request Mr. Kariuki and Madam Teresa, just now, because I'm sure we are being listened to teachers, to parents, administrators. These are people who would like to have you on board, maybe at their schools, that you may say a word to their students, so that you may address them. Kindly share your number. I'm also going to give the same number in my description on this video once we finish the live streaming. But Mr. Kariuki, kindly just tell us your number, please.
All right. So thank you so much. My number is 0710 813 402. One more time, 0710 813 402.
Thank you so much. Madam.
Number is 0724 60 2224. I repeat, 0724 60 2224. 0724 60 2224.
Which we cannot take for granted.
She can also give, she's the...
Oh, right. Please.
All right, so you can just take Teresa Joseph 2. Teresa Joseph 2. Teresa Joseph 2.
Number
2. Teresa Joseph 2. Kwa YouTube, Teresa Joseph 2. Amba usema tu Teresa Joseph, thank you God. That's the song you
Teleta. Oh, hiyo ndio the song yenye iko kwa
ziko nyingi. Inasemanga tu thank you God, Teresa Joseph or Teresa Joseph. Okay. Thank you God, it's okay.
So much. We're going to promote your channel.
Thank you, sir.
So I would like to appreciate you also for finding time to follow up with this forum. I'm sure you've gotten something. Finally, as we wind up, I know we are addressing people who are coming from different backgrounds, and I would like to leave you with this quote that you may not the family that you come from, but you can determine the family that will come from you.
Well,
so please do your best in this life. Make sure you put God first. Make sure you are hardworking. Whatever opportunity you find, please give. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So let me say this as we are winding up. You are a young man, you have I told them, let's not live a life as if it will end at 40 or the life is going to end at 30. No. What are doing? Ask yourself, what will you be doing at 30s, 40s? In fact, we have 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. We have very many years, 60s, 50s, and 70s. So let's live a life knowing that we have 60 years to achieve. So anything that will act as a distractor, you know, mostly we talk of alcohol, but we have many drugs that we don't mention. Any drug, please run away from it. Yes, let me be biased kidogo. Especially ladies, ama girls, ama women. Afadhali tukamble na boys tuambie please tuachane na pombe. You know, there's no problem with us. If you find me fighting with boys to stop drinking as well. What about girls now? There's a way it's not giving a good picture. I'm saying this because I teach girls. So there was a day we agreed, let's fight with the boys about alcohol. I'm not saying they fight with them, but girls, let not be hard of them. Yes, because if we have two people, a man and a woman, the man is drunk and at the same time the woman is drunk. There is one who will carry a lot of there's a way mwingine ako na aibu kubwa kuliko mwingine. So just let it not be hard of women to, or girls or ladies to be drinking. Let's run away from them. Irresponsible sexual will be hard of you. You will have your time when time comes. Sawa sawa. Aujambiwa ni mbaya, but let the time comes. Yeah. Otherwise, I wish you all the best as I'm seeing you achieving great dreams. You have all that it takes, and we believe in God that you will achieve what you want to achieve. See you in the streets of dreams. Thank you.